Hey everyone, this is FabryLON and welcome back to a new video, an unexpected video I should add, because traditionally I don't do this, but because of both Alex Return to Mother Base and RPG Fantast, they really made me scratch the itch of always being curious about these, but again, I never done it. And the idea is, of course, the Summer Backlog Challenge. Because usually I always think like, oh, I'll never be able to do it. I will play 2 games in 6 months or something like this. That's usually how I think. But then I thought, like yesterday, especially yesterday after Alex's video, and then Sebastian's video, sorry if I use your name, I hope it's not an issue, but Sebastian videos are like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. Like, we can do this. Because at the end, like, what's the harm in doing this? It's fun. There you go. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a fun kind of videos, and I usually always watch it because it's cool to see people try to challenge themselves and say, you know what, I'm trying to play these games in the summer months. And as I said, like, the concept, it's always enjoyable and fascinating to me, but yeah, I know my gaming time is limited. I know that I don't play too many, I don't play more than 1 or maybe 2 games per time, but again, why not? I mean, I don't have too many games here that I decided to play them in these summer months, challenge myself, and even if I manage to beat 2 or 3 of them, oh, that's fine. So yes, for the first time on my channel, here's my 2019 Summer Backlog Challenge. And it was also like, I got the idea because a couple of days ago, that was like 4 days ago or something like that, I finished Bayonetta 2 on the Switch, absolutely loved it from beginning to end. And I started a new game that it was on my backlog for years. I bought that years ago, always wanted to play it, but never happened for one reason or the other. So I decided, you know what, I'm gonna play that. That's interesting because it's a game from the backlog, it's the summer months, blah blah blah, one thing led to the other. Summer Backlog Challenge. So the game I'm talking about, it's started this whole thing, and it's the game I'm currently playing. It's Tales of Eternia on the PSP. And playing this made me remember how much I actually love playing on the PSP. The thing is so compact and cute and adorable, and I'm loving it so far. I played maybe 5 hours in 3 or 4 days, so not much, but still, I cannot wait to keep going, cannot wait to finish this eventually. I love the Tales series. I really want to get as much into it as possible. I try to play at least 1 or 2 Tales games per year, though this is the last portable one that I have here in London. All the others are going to be challenging because they're all in Italy. Like, so far, for example, I played, I would say 80%, 85% of Tales of Fantasia on the Game Boy Advance, so that should be the next one I play because I need to finish it. I played and beat Tales of the Abyss, absolutely love it, my favorite so far. Play and beat Tales of Hearts R, really good on the Vita. I've played about 10 hours of Tales of Berseria, and I own Tales of Zestiria, both on the PS4. I really want to play the 2 Xillia games on the PS3, so we'll see. So far, however, Eternia will definitely scratch that Tales itch that I have, and it's the definitely first game I'm going to play and beat this summer. Next, from the second half of June and the first half of July, I'm going to be in Italy for work most of the time. So at least of that period, 2 weeks I'm going to be working, so my gaming time there will be next to 0. However, I'm going to, obviously I added a sort of like a week, something like that, at home to like see my family, friends, and relax. And of course, like in Italy, I have access to all my home consoles, so that's very exciting because there I got, I don't know, like 200 games waiting for me or something like that. various consoles from the NES to the PS4, basically. However, I decided to go on, let's call it a wild card in a way, because it is. It's a console I never talk about, and it's a game that, in a way, I wanted to play since middle school, if it makes sense. And that is Silver on the Dreamcast. As I wanted to play this game for so long, because I still remember, though that I don't even remember when, but as I say, maybe I was like in the third years of middle school, or perhaps the first of high school, something like that. So we're talking about 99, 2000s. My best friend was playing this on PC, and of course, at the time, it looked incredible. I was like, what is that? Also because he is absolutely not into RPGs of any kind. He doesn't like the genre at all. Yet he was playing it and having a great time. As I said, like, the game looks excellent, and so that really made me curious. But again, like, it was on PC, and then I was playing something else. I wasn't at the time. I wasn't very much into PCs anymore. Although before I was actually playing a lot of PC games. I should make a video about that. That would be interesting. Considering Alex podcast on like changing taste in PC gaming and all that, that was fascinating. But I always remember this Silver in the back of my mind, in the far away closet in the back of my mind, but it was always there. At one point I saw it was on the Dreamcast. I was like, oh my god, Silver, I always wanted to play it. The price was kind of stationary around the 35-ish, which was a bit too much for what it was to me. I waited patiently, and all of a sudden it was like 25 one day, so I bought it. So at least I spent less than 30, which is okay. It's kind of like the max to me for games. And I cannot wait to play Silver. Really curious. Finally, my Dreamcast is gonna have get some attention. Very, very excited about that, because that's such a fascinating console, but I barely touch it since I bought it. So definitely Silver on the Dreamcast. Gonna get some time this summer in Italy. This is an interesting one on the Vita, because listening to Alex talking about it a long time ago, though, at least a year ago, maybe, I don't remember, but something like that, he completely sold me over this game. I said, I need to play because I'm gonna love it. RPG Fan does mention it, not the same one, but the same series. Mario from Accent on Gamer is constantly talking about this game, because I think he's currently playing it, if he hasn't finished it already. Basically, Utawara Mono, Mask of Deception, so the second one. And that's the thing, like, after Alex talked about it, I was absolutely looking forward to this. I really wanted to play it, absolutely. But I was like, I absolutely want to play it on the PS Vita. There's no way in hell I'm going to play on anything else. So obviously this is harder to, at least to me, was harder to find, because there's no way I'm going to play this on the PS4. So I searched high, searched low for a long time. It was an adventure to get this. I mean, at one point my credit card was blocked because it was on PlayAsia, so I had to waste an entire day at the bank to try to unlock my card, because I guess they were suspicious about PlayAsia. And then, of course, at the same time, once I was able to unlock my card, I went back to PlayAsia to buy the game. Obviously, it was gone. I was like, for fuck's sake. And then out of nowhere in Glasgow, I was there for like I was talking at a conference for work. I was going around the station area before coming back to London. I saw like an independent game store, which is something I always look for while I'm traveling around the UK. And then they had an amazing Vita section, and this was there. So I absolutely snagged it. I was so excited. And I haven't touched it. All of that, and I haven't touched it yet. So I absolutely want to play Utawara Mono. Really, really curious. I like visual novels. This also has strategy RPG elements, though not that much for what I heard, but it's fine. But I'm so curious about it. I think we're going to get the first one on the Vita this year or next year, something like that. And obviously, I really want to love this. I'm sure I'm going to love it, because it seems it has everything that I like in this kind of game. So definitely because I miss playing on the Vita. I haven't touched it since January, basically. And it's like, oh, my beloved Vita is there with all like an entire layer of dust on its screen. It's so sad and depressing to look at it. So it's gonna get some action soon with Udawara Rumona, Mask of Deception. Now we're coming to within my DS collection. This is kind of like the big dog that I want to play. I mean, I have the fear that this is a massive game, so we'll see if it's even going to happen. But it's kind of like the DS game that I want to play the most. And that is absolutely Infinite Space. I want to play this game so much because, again, I look forward to it for a long time. Then, for some reason, the prices were very high, or at least maybe it was just the vendor on Amazon I was checking. We're talking about at one moment it was like 125. I was like, what the hell? Then all of a sudden it dropped to like 20 or something. So I was like, oh yeah, finally I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna play it. I never touched this, and this was years ago. So it's been there on my shelf, waiting patiently for my attention, and I'll definitely try. I want to play at least this year, let's say, if I'll manage to. The Switch is a big distraction, I have to say. And as you know me, I try to jump from system to system as much as possible, but we'll see. But definitely the DS game I want to play the most. It looks like this epic, amazing sci-fi saga. I've heard a lot of good things about it, so I'm very, very curious. Always wanted to play it. I should probably play it on the 3DS since it's like bigger screen and whatever. So absolutely Infinite Space. As I say, like, definitely the DS game I want to play the most within my collection. So yeah, cannot wait. Now, while I'll be in Italy, as I said, there is the danger of having all of my home consoles available to me. So I say, like, if I'll manage to beat Silver before coming back to London, I'll want to play something else, of course. But what? My first picks were on, of course, because that's like the easy go-to console, like to waste time, are the PS3 and the PS4. And the obvious choices, like the two games I was playing last time I was there, was Metal Gear Solid Revengeance, Rising Revengeance. There you go. What the hell? And one of my neighbor decided not to open the door for a delivery. So where was I? Yeah, Metal Gear Rising Revengeance on the PS3, and the other option for like PlayStation consoles in Italy, it's the PS4. And the game I was playing before leaving was Nier Automata, because I think I play about 12-15 hours of that game. Really, really like it. But of course, like, lack of time, I still need to finish and play a lot of it. The thing is, with Metal Gear Rising, that's the most unlikely, because that game drove me crazy when I played it. I like the beginning. It's a lot of fun, and going around as Raiden, slicing people and all of that, it's really funny. It's a lot of fun, as I said. But then, there is a sort of insane difficulty spike, at least to me, and that is when you face the first real boss of the game, which is that sort of cyborg dog or whatever. That thing kicked my ass so much. I mean, to the point, I think I was killed 50 times in a row. I keep doing because I was getting angrier and angrier. We're talking about throwing the controller on the floor or something like that. So I was coming back at being like a 5-year-old with the NES or something like that. So in a way, it was good, I would like to say, but I'm too old for that shit now, so I don't know. We'll see. And Nier Automata, I absolutely love it. So one day or the other, I will return and finish that. But at the same time, however, I really want to play something retro. As I say, like, I starting with the Dreamcast, but then I was like thinking it would be so cool to play some PS2 games while I'm there. And I got again a big temptation here, which is kind of the last game that I bought, and it's Star Ocean Till the End of Time. I absolutely love the Star Ocean series. I only played the first two games, First Departure and Second Evolution on the PSP, and the recent announcement of First Departure R on the Switch. So I think it's just like an HD port or whatever of First Departure, which is really good. I was like, oh yeah, I need to play more Star Ocean games. There you go. I'm super curious about this though, and the fact is that I'm afraid this might be big because there are 2 discs. So the 2-disc PS2 game gotta be big. And I heard especially some people doing all the extra content and whatever of the game, playing for hundreds of hours. So it's like, oh boy, that's scary just to think about it. But we'll see. I mean, as I said, I'm always in the mood for a cool action RPG, and I absolutely love the Star Ocean series. So this might be the strongest candidate besides Silver. That's my Italy gaming time. So absolutely very interested about Star Ocean 3 till the end of time. Now, these are very shameful games, shameful things that I haven't played. We're going back to the 3DS, and it's one of the first games I ever bought on the 3DS, and I haven't played it yet. And the other one, it's probably the 3DS game I want to play the most, and I haven't played it yet. So I don't know what's wrong with me, especially consider they're really, really high-regarded games. But for some reasons, I haven't touched them yet, and that is Stella Glow, because of course all the games I want to play are big RPGs, naturally. But Stella Glow and A Link Between Worlds. I haven't played this yet, and it's kind of the Zelda I want to play the most. Yes, even more than Breath of the Wild. I want to play this before that. But as I said, these are the 2 3DS games I want to play the most. I bought Zelda basically with my 3DS. Together with... Oh yeah, because the problem is I bought this and Fire Emblem Awakening, so... But, and Stella Glow, I mean, so many of my friends praise and sing the praise of these games. Say, oh, haha, I did the pun. But really want to play both of them. It will happen eventually, I guarantee. I really want to play both of them. Maybe Zelda first, because I haven't played a Zelda game in a long time, and the reason is because I want to play this, but the 3DS is always occupied by something else. So lately I'm not playing the 3DS, so this might be it actually. And Stella Glow, the thing is, the first thing I did was to put this inside the 3DS. I was about to play it, and then decide to play something else. Like, what's wrong with me? But it will happen. As I said, it's the 3DS game I want to play the most at the moment, so it definitely will happen, ideally this year sometime, maybe the summer, I don't know. But absolutely. 3DS, A Link Between Worlds, and Stella Glow, the 2 I really want to play the most. And finally, a final pick for home consoles. This is most likely, I don't know, because it will between... I should have talked this before with Metal Gear Solid, Nier, and Star Ocean, but it just happened. It was at the bottom of my games here, and it's again one of those games that you bought for the hype in a way, because once there was an announcement, I decided, oh, I really want to play the other game because it's the only one that technically we had here in Europe. So I really want to play this. It's on a console that I haven't touched in years, and that is on the Wii, of all things, the Wii. Sakura Wars So Long My Love. I really want to play this. I really want to get into the Sakura Wars in terms of playing it, because I know plenty about it. I always knew about the Star Ocean, about Sakura Wars since its early days on the Sega Saturn. I always heard about it, but I never touched it because it wasn't a Sega Saturn. I never owned that. Plus, I think this is actually the only one we got in Europe, like properly translated and everything. You can import all the Dreamcast and whatever, but I'm so curious about it. And then recently we got the announcement of the new Sakura Wars on the PS4, which I cannot wait for it because also it has the art by Tite Kubo. That's really cool. So I'm really curious. I bought this even though it's not as cheap as I wanted, but not too expensive still. And I really want to play it, though. It was really funny hearing Leo's comment about this game, and I'm just going to say that. But this might be an option, kind of unlikely, but I still throw it in there because you never know. Maybe I'm going to play this after Silver. Who knows? I don't know. Because at the same time, on the PS2, there's a game that I really want to replay. There's Breath of Fire 5. I played it and loved that game, but I really want to replay because I don't remember most of it. So we'll see what happens. So there you have it, my summer backlog challenge for 2019. Most likely I'll be able to play maybe 2 or 3 of these, but who knows, maybe I'll be able to play more. And that would be pretty cool. So definitely let me know what you think. Do comments, video response, do your own list of games you want to play this summer and challenge yourself trying to play more. That would be a cool one. But that's it for me. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll see you next time, and take care.